momentarily.
All right.
Alrighty, I got the link, so I'm sending to you right away. And don't mind if you see me looking like this way. I have many screens, so there's one screen here that I'll be looking at, and so and then have my Zoom here. Yeah. All right, I sent you the link. Let me share on my wall too, so people can join. So feel free to share on your social graph, Twitter, wherever you can share it. I'm gonna share it too. I'm over here. Alrighty, shit. Hi to those joining. Thanks for joining. Today we'll be chatting with Tathiana Claudia on her journey in techpreneurship and the founding of Tohkam and what they do. I think it's Tohkam. Yeah, so we'll have a lot to chat about society, why she does what she does, and maybe you get to see your own role in it and what you can play. So please share as much as you can. Feel free to ask questions. The comment section is right there. You could ask questions and we'll answer it momentarily. So I see Wilfred Chatat. Thanks for joining. How you doing? It's good to see you. It's been a minute. All right, Claudia, are you ready? Or you want us to warm up again and wait for a couple more people to join?
I think let's wait for a few people to join. I want to share it on Facebook, so I want to share the link on Facebook.
Yeah, all right. Take your time. Do you have any song you like us to play while waiting?
Not really. I listen to a lot of hip hop. I don't know if that's fine by you.
Which one in particular? Anyone? Hip hop, rap?
Cameroon hip hop to be precise.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know if you have Jovi Jengu. That would be nice.
You know, it's funny how when you say Cameroon hip hop, I began typing Jovi.
Yeah, Jovi hip hop or Sissy Pashak.
So there's Jovi. Jovi has many. I see Sevo. I see. There's one that is.
Jengu or Mentality will be fine by me.
Okay, let me look for Mentality. Yeah. I see Mentality. Yeah.
Serious damage. I'm not planning on coming in there playing the whole.
All right, everyone listening. We're warming up. Feel free to share as much as you can and bring in your peers so that we could all have a good chat. So for now, we're just warming up. So don't see this and feel like maybe the chat is not gonna go on. It's gonna go on. We're just warming up. Share as much as you can. Ask questions when we start chatting. I myself am very curious. I love to learn about Tohkam, the vision, the mission, the objective, and all of those kinds of stuff that they're doing.
I just focus on what is important. So much reading but brought me a war run. Talking global, I'm not talking local. On the throne so you know it ain't vacant. All my notes say my own true they blatant. We live in a world of Satan. I no need for cutty for a gang. Man playing a backhand, only before man no get for look back how you order shack. We don't know they for your back. Rap is so hard now, we all on the map, put the map on the back.
And Claudia, can you please send me the website? You've got a website, right?
I no need for talk, man, no say bad when man pass you, no shame for carry it back. How would I respond to somebody coming at me if he ain't even coming?
I think I saw the page.
When I hear your raps, me I be say something lack. Show me your numbers and stats, assuming your fans listening.
Just a second. Yeah, sorry, you were saying.
Sorry.
Yeah, what were you saying? Sorry.
Tohkam.org.
Okay.
Tohkam.org. That's the site.
Alrighty. Okay, got it.
Ain't no faker than that. Hit you straight with the facts. Ain't no caps in my raps. Yeah, don't expect a child 9 months after ejaculation. All this while you are on your own, so it's safe to call it masturbation. I be in the studio so long, when I go out, I don't mind fornication. I'm legit all over my nation, I'm always in any conversation. Yeah, me too, the man is up, I don't need for true. Lock him up, you go do what to who? I got hits, I ain't talking a few. We still have to see what your lyrics could do. Like a god, I make miracles too. No be my name, but I'm lyrical too. After this, I go drop some more tune. After this, you must know Cameroon. My flow sick, being fly, get flu. Big talk, follow through, big move. Liga permit say I only battle cruise. If they strong, I come out with the battle bruise. You don't have a clue, can't fit in my shoes. I don't have to rap to show you what I do. You go see lost if I take you come out through. Your man them on the net wanna throw. Every bar ever drop, raw go. 2, 3, 7 slash, here we go. Mboko, I go knock till I go. Papa never knew I turn into a goat. Mama be done.
Alrighty, so I think if you're done sharing, we could start, so people don't join in and just think we're playing music and they drop out. So since it's a video, maybe even later they could always rewind and see what's up. All right. Hi Claudia. Thanks a lot for doing this. I like I was saying before, I could feel your drive and your push. That's really amazing. It shows that leadership seed that is growing in you. So thanks for that for a start. How you doing today?
I'm fine. I'm okay.
Mashallah. Where are you located, and where is Tohkam like planted? Where's like the headquarters of Tohkam?
Presently, I'm in Yaoundé, but Tohkam is located. The headquarters of Tohkam is in Douala. I'm based in Douala. Most of my team members are based in Douala, so Tohkam's headquarters is in Douala.
Mashallah. So for those who don't really know what Tohkam is and who you are, could we start by maybe you telling us about yourself as much as you can? Then we'll take it from there.
All right. So I'm called Nchini Tathiana Claudia. My Facebook name is Tathiana Claudia. Most Facebook, IG, most of them is Tathiana Claudia. Mm-hmm. I'm a web developer, a full stack web developer to be precise. I'm a full stack developer. Yes. I own a food delivery business. That is chicken. I do mostly in chicken. We cook for occasions and birthday parties, all ceremonies you can think about. We cook for that too. Then I'm the founder and project manager of Tohkam. And Tohkam is a web app. It's a virtual report desk.
Okay.
Yes, Tohkam is a report desk.
Yeah.
So I'm founder and project manager of Tohkam.
Mashallah. It's really exciting, especially the food delivery part that you spoke about, and the chicken in particular. I used to love chicken until I came to America and there's too much chicken. You see, but it's fascinating to see like that. How did you come about that, and why? Because a lot of people see food, you know, as we grow up. I'm sure you've noticed this as a techpreneur. The things that really constitute wealth management and growth are right in front of our faces, but when we look elsewhere. So how did you recognize the business sides of that, and why did you even do it, if I may ask?
When I started my studies, when I started studying web development, I actually live really far from school. I spent practically 2,000 francs, 2,500 francs every day just on transportation, excluding feeding. Mm-hmm. So I felt like that was kind of really heavy on my parents. So I need to look a way to substitute, like I could take care of myself to help them with it. So I started by buying few chicks, like about 2 weeks chicks to keep.
Yeah.
And like the road, I just thought of I could just read, I could be ready telling them. Like I thought a lot of people were already into the food business,
Yeah.
but I told myself that I could just focus on a particular niche.
Yeah. Mashallah.
Yes. Then yes. So that's how I started the chicken delivery business. So I sell chickens, that's live. I sell chicken bars, then I cook chicken. Then with time now, a lot of people come to, they need food. People come for maybe they have their parties.
Yeah.
They need chicken dishes. Then they may need other dishes which do not contain chicken. So I do take that. So that's how I try to kind of pay, because I had a partial scholarship where I studied full stack web development. I need to like pay the rest of the fees.
Yeah.
So that's how I got money. I gathered money to like pay part of the fees, then take care of myself, pay my transportation to school.
Mashallah, that's really a very inspiring story. And for those really itching to hear about Tohkam, and I think like Tathiana herself is larger than all of that, so we'll get to that. But I would like us to really uncover your journey and your mindset as we go, because it's a lot to learn. Just a few words, and I'm already inspired, and all of these questions are jumping into my head. And then on the main news, we have Isaac Abrak right here. Isaac is the other partner and co-founder of Top of Spaces. He's in Nigeria. He's a CNN writer journalist. He's in Nigeria, located in Abuja. So yeah. So
Hello.
I just sent him the notification.
Hello, sister. How are you?
I'm fine.
How is the enjoyment? How is the enjoyment?
Not bad.
Good.
So
Good. So I had to just come in because I fell in love with you and I want to marry you.
Oh. That's interesting.
I hope I'm the first person.
Yeah.
So I may be the first person, the last person. So you just marry me now.
You're the first to say that. That's interesting.
Yes. Is that all the answer?
It's interesting.
It's interesting. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I just came in. Sorry to come in late. But I had the last part that she was talking about Brian. I heard you say that you sell pepper soup or a specific dish of pepper soup or something.
We have pepper soup chicken, so we cook pepper soup chicken unless a client demands for, let me say, maybe pepper soup fish, then we give the pepper soup fish, but we do mostly in chicken.
All right, beautiful.
Yes.
I mean, there's somebody here in Nigeria, who is doing something like that, like what you are doing. Yeah, he's also a graduate too. As if I heard you say you're a graduate too, and yeah, he's basically on Suya. So I'm trying to say that I've been trying to get him on this show. He's going to come on the show because what he's been doing is quite impressive. So I want to say that what you are doing too is quite impressive.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So while I await for my answer whether you marry me or not, Brian will just continue and follow suit. So
Mashallah, yeah.
I'll be posting you as we go.
Yeah, mashallah, it's really exciting to see entrepreneurs from their path, because it's almost like digging. It's like we want to get to the other side. We all have this picture of how the other side is. It could be sitting at home all day watching movies, but now you don't have that money to buy the internet connection and whatever that you need, or the car that you need. But you know that if you dig through this tunnel, you get all what you need and get to the other side where you can experience this. So most times the things that we need to do or where we need to start digging is right in front of our faces, but people don't see it. And it mostly it may take travel or education. Of which travel is education too for people to see that. I'll give you an example. I remember back in the day there was this lady that thought that for her to demean people, it was to say, "Oh, you're doing menial jobs like maybe working at the mortuary, especially abroad." And people told her that, look, for you to work, you need only the certificates that you need is almost equivalent to a PhD in Cameroon. And then she was like, oh, so I should take out the word menial. So when people see you maybe selling groundnuts, or they think that that is something small, forgetting that even if you make 25 francs and then you do it per day or per hour and then you scale it for 10 years, that is a lot. You see, so please tell us what business is to you, and when you started it, what are some of the misconceptions you had about business that were cleared along the way?
All right. When I started the food delivery business, it was actually, my mom was surprised given the load of work I had already with the development. Those who are into web development knows how tedious that is. So she saw at times I get frustrated with schoolwork. So
Yeah.
she was like, how are you going to put this together?
Yeah.
I was most often I cook on days like I usually get up. I take deliveries early, like the previous day. I wake up early in the morning. I cook. At times I cook for kati kati before 6 a.m. in the morning because I go to school at 9 a.m. I cook before 6 a.m. Then I make sure I deliver before 9 a.m. And I usually take a lot of clients on my way to school. So I deliver, then go to school, come back. Then on weekends too, I cook on weekends. Then on days I don't go to school, I make sure I have a lot of orders. So it compensates for the other hours I did not cook the days I was in school. Then I remember on Facebook, because we have a Facebook page, Artist
Yeah.
Chicken. Someone made one derogatory comment. She was like, I had a word exchange with her. She was like, in pidgin, I beg go. Like she made one funny comment, like she made a slant because of the fact that probably I'm like selling food, doing the
Yeah.
food delivery business.
Yeah. Right.
Then when I comment, I just smiled. Then I moved. That was just the end of the comment. I just moved over it. So people just feel like probably because you're doing the food delivery business is because you don't have you don't know what you are doing. You don't have a plan.
Yeah.
Like they say in French, the Frenchman says peut-être ta vie est perdue. Tu ne sais pas ce que tu es en train de faire.
Yeah.
Yes, where I had a plan. I had every reason why I was doing that. I needed the money to take care of myself, pay my fees, take care of my transportation, to kind of reduce the burden on my parents too.
Mashallah.
The money now, I still need because I still take food delivery.
Mashallah. And so in terms of the business, do you plan on scaling it, and do you accept like investment for those who are interested in like working with you to blow it up? Maybe you know how here we have McDonald's, okay, many kind of catering businesses. Maybe if you say you run a catering business, people that big word would sound like it makes sense. When imagine if it's me, if I say, oh, I'm cooking and selling food, they'll start laughing. Then when I say I run a catering business, they'll say, do you have a card? So we human beings were very funny. The same thing, just change the word, and then they change how they behave towards you. So Isaac, you have also hustled in Nigeria. When Isaac was in the university, he was in Lagos. He did a lot of hustling and stuff back in the day. So Isaac, tell us a little bit from Tathiana's story. Does that bring anything to mind?
That's already a successful person. I mean, my sister. I don't mean to give it too much props, because I try not to give too much props, especially on this show, you know. But that you are in school and you are hustling, you've set up a business to pay your fees, your tuition fees, and I'm sure also cater for your parents and your extended family, because it's an African thing. You must help them. You should help
Yeah.
them. I mean, it's already building you up for success. I don't know the course that you're studying, but I do remember that back in the days, I was one of the most unserious students in my class. I'm sorry to tell you that. I know you are the serious type, so it means that your own is going to be a plus plus. But I do remember one of my lecturers who had to tell my colleagues that, you see this guy that is not coming to school and is not able to be in school all the time, is already out there selling things. What he's learning, you people, when you graduate from the university, that's when you start learning it.
Mashallah.
Right?
Yeah.
So already you are already ahead. Your certificate is just something that you need, to prove that you've been through this already. But now you are mastering the art of business. And my dear, honestly, by the time you graduate, I'm sure you already know this already. I am just saying it here for people who are watching, right? If you're in university, you're watching this show, or you are her classmate, or wherever you are, you can be in school and still hustle. And we all know Africans, man. You, there's no guarantee that if you graduate, there's a ready-made job for you. I don't know of you. Aha. So I mean, if we have African brothers now, African brothers and sisters who now understand that, while in school, you can deploy your brain, you can deploy your hands, to do some extra things to take care of yourself. And by the time you come out, you're already entrepreneurial. Yes, and that is why I'm on this show. That is why I'm on this show, right? I will share it again. I mean, Brian did it purposely for a reason. He asked me that question. He set me up purposely for that reason. My dear, honestly, I think I only offered my certificate once. I don't even know where my certificate is right now. Honestly, that's the truth. And people who contract me to work with me must give me leverage to come here and do what I want to do. So I like what you're doing. Cyrus Hawk in Kaduna, if you are watching, this is somebody in Cameroon. She's doing stuff like you. You may wish to come in and partner with her, and you people see where you people can find. He does suya. He does suya, like that, and just sell. So I think he even studied abroad, but he came back and that's what he's doing. And your sister too, Brian, Alheri.
Yeah, Alheri. Yes.
Yeah. The NGO woman who does charity for orphanage. She does just my. I don't know what you guys call my.
It's funny how we'll get to that. And Claudia, also Tatiana, she also does something like that. She's diving into, like, I would say, the humanities, because what I'm beginning to realize is that entrepreneurship is a virtue. But you know how most vices tend to infect us, and then let's say if someone has cancer, some kind of cancer, it starts spreading to other things. So it looks like good things too. When we look at good things, they start spreading to other things too. You see, but in a good way. In the same way that bad things spread in a bad way. So you would see that there's this person that would have the zeal to learn. Then when they learn, they maybe it spreads to a business. Then when it spreads to business, it spreads to them wanting to help other people. So now you just saying a Larry who does like my mind, and she has an NGO. I think it connects a lot with Tatiana's story. So with that said, Tatiana, maybe we should jump forward and then come back. So maybe we should jump to Tohkam. So what is Tohkam, and why did you start it?
Okay, as I said earlier, Tohkam is a virtual report desk on which victims of abuse, violence in the society can report on violence, precisely rape, child abuse, sexual harassment, domestic violence. You can either report your case anonymously or publicly. Anonymously, we have two forms of anonymity on the platform. That you can report your case in a way that not even us working on the platform know anything about you. Because I think a lot of these victims, mostly rape victims, don't like to be known. They don't like their identity to be shared.
Yeah.
Yes, they don't like their identity to be shared. That's one of the reasons why we added anonymity on the platform. So you can share your story in a way that not even us on the platform know anything about you. You may also have a story of yours you want to share that you want the community to benefit from. You want to use the story to sensitize the community, and you don't want to be known. You want to remain unknown. You use anonymity. You report the case with us. Then now there's a second type of anonymity which we do advise for people who are in need of help. That's anonymity whereby you give us some sensitive information about yourself, like your email address, your phone number, but that information is being masked. That is, nobody else apart from you reporting and us working on the platform sees that information. No other user on the platform sees that particular information, like your email address, your phone number. So you are reporting as anonymous, but we see your email address, we see your phone number, so we can get back to you to give you the help you need. Now, you can also report your case publicly. Like you have a story. There are people who have stories they want to share to sensitize the community, who think the community can benefit from, or you have a case which you want to report and you have no problem with your identity being known. You can report it. You can report it publicly. But then we advise all our reporters to avoid calling people's names during reports. Like if I want to say Mr. Christopher raped me yesterday, I don't need to call Mr. Christopher's name. Or if I have to call Mr. Christopher's name, I need to use the conditional. It is alleged that Mr. Christopher did this, because normally until proven guilty, the person is innocent. You don't want somebody suing you for defamation of character. Yeah, so that's
exactly.
Yes. Then now on top of two, we give people, either our reporters, our victims who use the platform, reporters, or just anybody who wants to use the platform, the possibility to book for psychological follow-up, that you can book for sessions with therapists or counselors on the platform.
Okay.
Yes.
Mashallah. So it's a whole system in place. If I may ask, some of the modules that are there, especially the privacy issues that you split into two sub-modules, are those developed, or were they developed on the fly? That, like, did you develop that, or is it as you were dealing with people that those were developed, if I may ask?
No, we developed that because we've seen a lot of these violent cases in our society. Then if you notice online, we have a lot of this hide my ID, hide my ID, hide my ID. Then now the difference between it and hide my ID is I can come to you now. I say, Brian, this is the situation I am in. Please, can you post this on your page? Can you post this on your page? I need help. Then tomorrow we may have a fight.
And then I show you Pepe.
I cannot talk to you. I cannot express myself because I'm afraid you may use what I opened up. I told you the other day you may use it against me. Some little stuff like that. But so now we give our users we give them the possibility to choose if you want to, like, completely incognito, or you want to give maybe this. I can see about email address which has nothing to do with your.
Yeah, sure. I open it just for that purpose. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, just for that purpose. So that's it.
Mashallah. So I'm asking because I've worked on software for that. EBC, that's for the World Bank Ethics and Business Committee. So we also did anonymous reporting. But you had mentioned somewhere that when someone is cooking up their reports, they should say alertly. For us, you write what happened, even if it's I report and the rest. But the first stage is investigation, so that the investigators that will say alertly. So because someone reporting the story, if they have to think of the words to use, because what you're doing is like a protocol saying, okay, report like that. So sometimes they may be in shock and they don't have time to apply the protocol. So now, so they see what comes and then they do the investigation where you filter out. The first stage is filtering out what is real from what is unreal. and that's the first stage. So when you were saying that, it was actually fascinating because it took me back to when we were building this stuff. But what do you think about that? Like the style of allowing people to say it, and then the first stage is figuring out how true or how untrue that is, but you're working with the person. So you can now create a ticket on the system that shows that, okay, your case is starting. You see?
I don't know how people will take that, because I don't think probably somebody will have a situation where the person wants to, at times when you have an issue, it just occurs to you that let me save this out, because it's hard to get somebody to speak up.
Yeah, true.
Then you just imagine you have to go through all that procedure to speak up. A lot of people would speak up. And we actually want people to speak up. We need people to speak up. We just want people to be conscious. We just need people to be conscious that we have given you this platform.
Yeah.
You don't need to say what happened. But please, if you need to call somebody's name, it's better you just say Mr. with us. Like privately, when we get back to you, you can give us if you need help.
Actually, I see.
Yes, if you need help, when we get back to you, you can give us all those details. But if you need to call somebody's name on the platform, you need to say it is alleged. Because the person is not your duty. You can call somebody's name, the person is not that understanding. And the person opens a case against you for defamation of character.
Yeah. I see. Yes. No, I get it. Yeah, I get it. I was just telling you what is done on the other side. Yeah, so there is a question. Sorry, Isaac, you have something?
Yeah, let's take the question.
Yeah, there's a question from Wilfred Chetat. Thanks for your question. He says, do you have counselors already on the platform? If yes, how do you identify the right counselors to work with?
Okay, yes, we do have counselors already on the platform, and we are making a call since it's let me just say it's a non-profit. It's a non-profit something we are out to help. So if you have counselors and therapists, please, you need to be a certified counselor. Let's precise on that. We don't just need somebody because you have been talking to people. It does not make you a counselor. We need certified counselors. So if you are a certified counselor, you're a certified therapist, and you think you can, you can give this platform an hour or two of yours weekly, then you are welcome. We'll need you on board. We need counselors and therapists on board. But presently, we do have counselors and therapists too. They do send us their credentials. We check them before we put them on the platform as counselors and therapists to answer with question.
Are there like institutions that certify these people for your standard? Can you tell us, share with us?
Yes, there are institutions that certify these people. For example, there's this organization. I'm forgetting the name of the organization. I think it's in Yaoundé. It does with mostly with AIDS patients, people who probably have been raped before. Then they had AIDS. I think they train counselors, because to work there you need to counsel. Counsel. Yes, we have a counselor presently who works there. Yes, she was set them. Yes, and there are online that do that.
Okay, so if anybody is watching and is interested to come and add his own quota to this humanitarian venture, he should come with this kind of this level of certification, and that's nice, and I respect that. So that let us not at the end of the day, in trying to help people, but end up damaging them in cases where you have quacks, carrying out a such profession, because it's actually very, 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 a very delicate situation. If you are not strong at the end of the day, you do more damage than could have been opportunity to talk to women who have been abused by Boko Haram and who have been trafficked all around the world. It's a very delicate situation, and I'm happy that you have you have come into this. I just like to ask you why. What was your attraction into that? What attracted you? Because you are telling us that it's non-profit.
Yeah, it's non-profit. It's non-profit. Like when you look at the project, it's not this. Like I don't see how much coming into the project. We have therapists probably so. Those, because some may come into a platform like therapists who don't want to do the work for free. That's where the little business I have aside comes in, because I get money from that to put into the project. Yes, so basically, I think one of the main reasons that made me to come up with this platform is because I noticed that in our society, like if you look online, most often when you get reports, maybe domestic violence, rape, all these issues, 9 out of 10 of them come from women. So I asked myself that, is it that men too don't go through this? So I talked with one or two people. I realized that men too do go through domestic violence. I've actually witnessed a woman beat up her husband, put his things out. He will come and beg them just like that. So I'm like, why is that all the time? It's women, 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 women. Is that these men? How are these men like? Is it that they don't have feelings? Then I concluded that it's because of the way we groom our men. On Tohkam, we use the word boys. Let's educate our boys, because we believe it's the boys we educate that grow up to be men tomorrow. So I believe that it's the way we've groomed our men. Like they don't talk. A man is too strong. He cannot cry. It's funny because if a man is following this now, then he shares a story that maybe he was raped, this and that. A lot of people will not believe. There will be a lot of insensitive comments. People will even laugh at him. So I actually thought that's one of the reasons we have Anonymous on the platform, so where these men too can open up, can freely open up. If they need help, we bring the help to them and all that. Then plus the fact that I'm a tech person. I think one of the benefits of being a tech person, I think before studying something, you need to ask yourself that after studying this, what can I use this to do to bring a change to the community in which I live in? So I asked myself that as a tech person, what can I do? This knowledge I've acquired, what can I use this knowledge to do to bring change to my community? And this cases of violence which have been occurring and kept occurring is one of the things that my focus went to, plus what I had already about what the men were going through. That's how I came about with the platform.
Excellent. So, I mean, my sister, how successful have you been in this delicate venture?
For now, I think it's going on well. People received it really well. We did a school tour. We went to higher institutes. When we launched the project, we went to higher institutes because we believe that in the higher institute, we have community leaders, we have parents, we have elder brothers and sisters who can easily get to their younger ones. It's almost the end of the school year here in Cameroon. So most of these secondary schools, they were already preparing for their end of year examinations. That's why we decided to go with the higher institute first, who can already, like, since they are bigger, they can talk to the younger ones. We are working on the mobile app. That's the iOS and Android version, which hopefully should be available before the year runs out. So when it's available, we are going to do a bigger school tour where we are going to target secondary schools and probably primary schools too, nationwide.
So you're telling me that you're building an app applications that a secondary school student who has been abused somewhere can just click on that app and send in and make a report about how she has been abused and all of that?
Yes.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. That is quite impressive. That is quite impressive. Yes. So this one that it could just be like saying a woman. So do we have a voice too? Are men also allowed to also have that app and also report? Yeah, Casey.
It's not gender something. It's not a gender-based platform. Tohkam is for both men and women.
Good.
Yeah.
So I'm clear.
We encourage everybody to speak up. We encourage our men to speak up. Just you what you are more comfortable with. If you want to go anonymous, by us. If you want to go public, it's fine by us.
Good. This is good. I mean, I'm Brian. I still want to say something again.
Yeah, feel free, bro.
During the pandemic.
Yes.
Last year, the first wave, the first lockdown, or would I say the major lockdown for Nigeria? I mean, we had cases of rape that was almost like almost shot like 200% the average percentage that used to happen before the pandemic. And in most cases, Brian, I'm sure she knows this. In most cases, people who perpetrated this rape, either rape of minors, rape of adults, were family members.
Yes.
You find fathers raping daughters and all of that. In one state in Nigeria here, they had 84 kids, and also sometimes in Africa, man, I mean, I'm sorry to say this, Brian, maybe your followers in America, Brian might think that where did this man come out from the cave? In Africa, man, you don't have to kiss your wife and be we just believe that you just tell your wife, I want to sleep with you, you sleep with her. She doesn't have any choice. So, but now today's women are saying that that also can be rape. So you have these cultural issues into these cases. How do you manage that? Speak freely.
Yes. I think normally it's said that until you have consent, until the person gives consent, whether it's a boy, it's a girl, it's rape. At times too, even with consent, let me say with minors, I forgot that I don't know how they call that rape. Like let me say a 70 years old man.
A 70 give us the name.
Sorry, there is a name. He has a name.
Yes, give us the name. When adults rape minors.
Isn't that rape?
Anytime an adult sleep with a minor is rape, but there's a word for that crime.
People tend to call it.
Cameroon people want to hear. Cameroon no speak English again. No?
Well, sometimes normally they'll say like sex offender like here, but then they could break it down to I get it. They could break it down.
Speak English again. No,
let me say. I'm forgetting the name.
Let's go forward. I'm sure we would the name will come back. But Brian, you don't fall our hand. I remember this name.
Well, I know the word, but they always.
Yeah, someone is saying pedophilia, and I actually wanted to emphasize on that. People at times we confuse pedophilia for that particular part of rape I'm talking about. Let me say.
Okay, that's what I think too. So.
You see a 30 years old, you see a 40 years old woman. She has sex with a 10 years old boy. Then she says he was okay with it. She did not rape him.
Yes.
We can call that it's pedophilia, but it's a form of rape. It's a form of rape. I don't know why I'm forgetting the name, but it's a form of rape.
I think it's pedophilia.
Yeah.
That's the name.
That's why I was trying to say that here you have sex offenders, right? When you commit the crime, a sexual crime, there are even databases where they register that, but then you have the types where you could have now pedophilia, and then there are other kinds of categories that they put you under.
Yeah.
But it looks like there's a technical word that Tathiana is looking for.
Tathiana.
Yes.
That's a very sweet name. That's a very sweet name. I'm still toasting you in the show, but then but then I used to think that, and now we are learning, all of us. I used to think that in any situation, in any circumstance, if an adult sleep with a minor, it is rape, because it is believed that the minor cannot actually consent to rape until the person is an adult. Why are you doing as if you are thinking calculus?
She's thinking differential equations.
It's because
That is my thinking, is what I think,
Yes, we have children who actually develop faster than other children. You can see a 14 years old girl who is already sexually active. That's why in our communities, mostly in our Muslim communities, you can see a 15 years old girl who is married. That's child marriage, which we don't want to get into. That's child marriage. You cannot stop her husband from sleeping with her. You cannot stop her husband from sleeping with her. So at times, that's why that particular form of rape has a name. You may, like I use an example. You have a 13 years old girl who accepts to have sex with let me say a 60 years old man. That's pedophilia. But then he has a name for rape. He actually falls in the category of rape. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because actually rape the child, but you are claiming the child accepted she was okay or he was okay with it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how about the case where, like, I mean, growing up, I'm sure most guys had their first heartbreak and real taste of rejection when the girl didn't only turn you down, but she liked somebody who had a car that was like 45 years old. So let's say you're 15 and then there's this girl in class that you look and then there's butterflies in your stomach and then your heart skips 1 or 2 beats and then you feel like, man, where am I? And then you approach her and she rejects you for this other guy. So how do you call that too? Because I also want to show the other end where it's not consent, but it's kind of a subscription and participation in this whole set of human activities that we maybe had for us to pinpoint what it is exactly.
Exactly. That's why we have let me say now we have to start by how old child. You must not always be a girl. At times they are boys.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying from my own experience, like what I'm saying, I'm not making up. Like I'm saying how, I have friends, or it could be me, that there's a girl of my age that I love and we're minors, but she loves some other guy, maybe some a military guy or janitor in the Cartier, you see, but they have this kind of consensus, of which if we look at it via the lens of the law, it's probably an issue. So how is that, how does that stand in this whole activity or endeavor?
If at this point she is still a minor, if at this point she is still a minor, the guy is, let me just use the example of 45, we call the to the man de mineur, which is punishable by the law. Yes, which is very punishable by the law. So it must not be rape. It must not be rape, yes.
Okay, I see.
That's it. It falls under I think juvenile delinquency, something like that.
Yes. There is another question. So it says, what are the challenges you've encountered so far managing the project and your team?
For now, I think I have a really, really, really hardworking team. Hello, Eric, Ami, Flovette, Honoré. Those are the guys. I'm the only girl in the team. That's kind of, at times it's hard. At times it's very hard. At times it's hard working with the guys, Then but I think we'll be having a little bit of financial difficulties, but I think it's going on well. Then we needed some legal backing on the platform, which we are presently working on. That it's been kind of slow. Then we need partners to sponsors on the platform. Yes, so that's making. We don't have that yet. We don't have partners, sponsors. We don't have anything yet on the platform. We are doing everything I'm practically doing everything on my own for now.
Angela, what are you expecting from a partner, and what makes someone a viable partner? What would someone need to have for you to consider them a partner? What should they bring on the table?
To be a partner to a project like this, you need to be somebody who is not all about money. You need to understand. You need to first of all understand the project, and you need to be willing to give out to people. You need to be willing to sacrifice to people. You need to be able to do one or two sacrifices. Then I think to be a partner, you need to maybe be working on a few the humanitarian field too, so we can partner, because we can add other. We may have other sub projects in the project. I was at the Douala High Court, I think a week or two ago, to get some advice from the State Council. I was directed to one magistrate. I had a talk with him, so he told us exactly how to go about it. Mm-hmm. So you need to be working in the humanitarian field too, or you may not be working, but you want to partner with us because you are interested, because you believe in the project, because you think this project is good for our community. So you can come in, partner with us. If you have something you think you can add to the project, we are available. We are available.
Mm-hmm. Have you had any persecutions? Have you had any successful persecutions where somebody, a sex offender, you're able to successfully, get the person to be persecuted and punished for his crime?
No, the project is still new. We just launched 2 weeks ago, so we are still on the process of let me say, sensitizing people on the availability of the project, why they should use the platform, and how to go about using the platform.
All right, nice. Do you have it, Brian? Can we put up the platform for people to?
Yeah, I've been trying to open it. She said Tohkam.org, but it's okay. I think it loaded. Let me load to this screen. So let's keep going. I'll let you know when
So if you are in Buya, I like Buya very well. I will speak for my people. If you're in Buya and you have been sexually abused, whether in your marriage or outside of your marriage, Brian is putting out this platform. Please hit on the platform, and our sister here try to give some help. And I'm sure other partners who are watching will also like to partner with this platform, because this is basically humanitarian. Who is this with the microphone? Is that you? No, that's not you.
No, not me.
Is that you?
No.
Okay, so that you don't confuse my interest.
That's not me.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Nice. Okay, so these are people who are reporting cases?
Yeah, there are actually people who appreciated. There's one person who reported the case. She gave her. We've written her severally, but she's not dead. So it's only one that feedback that needed. We get back to. I needed a review, so we got back to her. Had anything.
Good. And I also see for people. My sister, and I'm just thinking now, for people who are interested to help in your project, but do not have professional expertise as counselors and all of that, they can also do that by donation. If you donate to people who don't want it, please, you can pass it to your sister body, which is Topo Spaces. So, guys, if you're watching and you want to support this thing, because this is massive in Africa, especially for where we come from. I know during the COVID-19, Brian, it's really bad out here. And I heard it also hit places like Mexico and all of that. I was seeing it on CNN, something like that. Now that people are limited space, and sometimes people cannot just go out to hotels and all of that, so a lot of abuses are happening. So if you are an expert, you can volunteer. Good. If you can volunteer, we have a space here for donation, and you contact them and give out your own donation. No matter how little it is, it can go a long way, in saving and empowering somebody out there. Tohkam, what is the meaning of Tohkam? How did you come by that word? I'm a Nigerian, I probably don't know.
It's Tohkam. It's
Tohkam.
Yes.
Why are you stealing Topo spaces now? Brian, you and Brian, who set up the platform first? Let us know who copied who.
So I was just thinking, I actually thought about say it, but it did not really sound well to my ear. I needed a word that is catchy, something that is kind of marketable. I could not write talk like talk, so I came that Tohkam, like say like that.
Tohkam.
Yeah, that's why we have. That's why we have as motto, say it. Yes. Tohkam, say it. Yes.
Yes.
Or tell us about it. Sorry.
Yes.
Tell us.
Yeah, I think it's quite. I mean, I think it hits the nail on the head, because it's quite encouraging. Because sometimes people are not very readily. People are a bit hesitant to come out with their stories. So I mean, if you just say Tohkam is enough to get somebody, to speak out what is going through. That's nice. I wish you the best. We also have some sisters that have come on this show. Brian, if you remember, Gloria has a department in our law firm.
Yeah.
Where she does this, and also for her, maybe my sister, this is something you would like to think. Because Topo Spaces, we've never hidden it. It's a hybrid ground, where we are always happy to bring people who are interested in working together, people who have similar ideas together. Like this sister Barrister Gloria Ballison, she has a department where, I mean, people who want to go into divorce, they bring them in, and they try their best to see that the divorce does not happen, does not go through. So yes, they try to stop divorce cases. And in our society today, especially in Africa, this is hitting us real bad. Where Brian is living is their hobby, is what they like to do now. Divorce.
Yes,
we don't want it at all in Africa. We want it to continue to marry. So I'll be happy if you can have that, in your, if it is something that appeals to you. I'm talking too much.
Yeah. Mashallah. It's amazing, and thanks. Just chatting with you as is actually scratching that part of me that loves to create things and see them work out. And it's also great to see people endorse the platform. So it's not only about maybe contributing in terms of cash or contributing kind. As from what I see, the kind could be just your understanding of the platform in the most real sense. So I see people like Audrey, Miss Cameron. I see, that have written on it. That makes a lot of sense because it captures the essence of it, and we could all help each other understand what is going on.
Yes. Yeah.
Mashallah. Yeah, we've been talking almost for an hour, so I think we should round up. But I think here's a great time for us to jump a little bit back to your web development career. I couldn't let that go. So why web design? Why did you start it, and how is it going so far?
When I went into web designing, I don't think.
When was that, if I may ask? What year?
That was in 2019.
Okay.
2019. Corona was last year. So I think yes, it was end 2019. End 2019. That's when I started development. End 2019. I don't think I had any particular anything particular that attracted me. That I'm somebody who likes to try a lot of things. I love to try a lot of new things. Mostly things people think it's not that. People think it's difficult for a lady. Like I have people, each time I tell them that I'm a developer, they're like, they cannot believe it. So they don't. A lot of people don't believe it's a field for the women. So that's like one of the reasons I went into it. I just like to try new things. I like to try things because people think it's impossible. So I like to go into it and put in my all. Yeah, basically.
Mashallah. And where were you learning that in Cameroon, so that other people who would like the same path could know where to go?
Okay, I was learning. I had in 2019, I think 7 Advanced Academy launched a scholarship. They launched a scholarship for people who wanted to study web development. I applied for the scholarship. I went through the examinations. Then I had the scholarship. I had a partial scholarship. That's how I went to development. 7 Advanced Academy, situated at Bali. Voila.
Okay. Mashallah. Mashallah. I mean, that's great. We're getting into a digital economy, and I mean, we've been, but I mean, it's transforming and mutating in amazing forms. So if people learn how to use the web and things like that, it's going to give them almost like a voice in that economy that we're moving to. So in terms of like your progress and learning in that field, did it affect the development of Tohkam in any way?
Yes, it did. It did, because it's actually when I started studying that I actually started seeing that with this, I can actually do something for my community. So as time went by, I was documenting the idea. So I took practically 6 months, 6 to 8 months, just to document the idea. When I was done documenting the idea, then I started building the idea. Then I brought in 1 or 2 people, shared the idea with, they believed in it. That's how we built the platform.
Mashallah.
Yeah.
Wow. And okay, I mean that makes a lot of sense. Like some people, when they start learning maybe web design, they build an address book, or they build some website that has a contact form. So you took it and built something for the economy. And I keep saying economy. I mean, for the society. That's really amazing. So what do you see as a vision in like 5-10 years? Please paint us this perfect picture of where Tohkam is, where the society is based on the modules that you implemented via Tohkam.
I think in the next 5 years, we are hoping to have the cases of violence already reduced in the society, because we think before then a lot of people will have already learned how to use this platform. Using this platform and having the help they need, I think we are going to have a lot of it's going to curb the rate at which this violence issues keep occurring in our society. That's what we believe. Then in the nearest future, we should be having, I think we are working on by September, we are still working on that. By September, we should be having maybe other sub-projects under the project of Tohkam, because first of all, we don't want we don't want Tohkam to end just at the level of a project, a platform.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have other things of the platform.
Mashallah. So I think we can round up now. Thanks a lot for Isaac. She really pushed hard. Like we know, we've been running this thing for almost a year, and sometimes other things we get caught up in them. And I can feel the spirit of the people that we chat with here. Like she has that spirit. You know what I'm talking about? Like that spirit of. You remember the Dr. Paramalam? Like that, the spirit of their foundation, the whole foundation was picking us up. She did that alone. You see what I mean? So yeah, thanks for that energy. And if we have like 10 people like you, we just need to send one to each region in Cameroon, and then we'll change the country. So that aside, is there anything you'd like to say that we didn't ask you, or that comes to mind before we close?
Apart from the fact we are hoping to get partners as sponsor project too. You can, like, if you come across the project and you think it's a great project, I think there's a donate button on the landing page. Very important, on the landing page of the project, where you can donate, or you can, if you see a case, like in future we should be having cases. We hope so. Like if you see a case you want to donate on, for a particular case, you can donate for a particular case. Then we are also hoping to get therapists and counselors, people who want to volunteer, maybe at least an hour or two of theirs weekly on the platform. we are available. I think we have an email address on the platform. They can write to us on their email address, or they can inbox me personally on Facebook, Tathiana Claudia. But they can get to you to get to me.
Nice, my
I was just testing it as you were talking, yeah. So anyway, folks, thanks for listening. That's Tathiana. She started something. Tohkam. You yourself, if you can always go back through the chat to get the details of what she talked about. But I see like a scientist, and by scientist I mean someone that has a goal, and then they have like some hypothesis, and then they start trying to marry the hypothesis and the goal through implementing several modules and techniques to realize that. So she has done that, be it in solving financial issues, and she does food catering, and then also learning how to develop applications on the web for a start, and then really materializing and concretizing that via the implementation of Tohkam. And we're also here today. That's another step towards that goal. And we're here with the humble Isaac Abrak from Nigeria. So Isaac, anything from you before we...
First of all, I'm not humble.
I can see a cap. I can see a cap. That may have been a slip of the tongue. So Isaac, anything from you?
People don't know that Brian has a cap. Brian has a dreadlock with Bob Marley cap at the back of his head. Have you seen it, man? Did you notice it?
Mashallah,
All right, I mean, nice, interesting. Man, Brian, you summarized about her. I just want to add here that, guys, for you guys out there in the tech, Tathiana said that if you come to this show, if you say you want to marry her, you can marry her. So that is another option people can explore. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks everyone for listening. Tathiana, the comment section is still there, and like we said yesterday, this is the episode we've had, and we've recorded it too. So incidentally, we've recorded and we've been live, but we can always push it out later because we actually have the resource now. So the link is there and everything. We can share it and do all the other gymnastics that are needed for people to watch and harvest the information that we've planted in here.
And Tathiana, sorry to cut you. You can always come back to Coco Spaces anytime you want, anytime you have a program, anytime you have something to say more. Please feel free to contact Brian or myself and come back on Topo Spaces. For you also, our viewers watching, you have something you want to say, please, it's called Topo Spaces. Topo is a Cameroonian language which means talk. You know, we just come here and we talk. The professionals, these are the professionals like Tathiana here. Me and Brian are just, they run our mouths, they go.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, so please, let's come and continue to share ideas and all of that. I'm sure God will bless humanity.
Mashallah. All right. Thank you, everyone.